everyone. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. It is June 1st, 2026, and I wanted to do a bonus reading for you. Today's message is whoever needs to hear this. I will begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel, ending at Pisces. Timestamps will be in the description box. I do recommend that you watch your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. And I don't need to say it, but I'm going to say it. As with all collective general readings, keep in mind that's exactly what this is. So as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else to hear. And with all of that said now, let's begin. Hello, Pisces. I hope that you are doing well. I don't think that weekly message that I did resonated for a lot of you, so hopefully this message will. So for my Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, let's see what your message is at this time. Relief. Oof, that looks nice. Relief. Lots of different directions and pathways opening up for you. Maybe some that you haven't even realized or considered yet. So relief is coming to you. This is card number 12. Tell me more about this for the Pisces collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about relief? One more shuffle. Thank you. Nine of Wands, the Tower, and the Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. Okay, so the Tower that you experience in this situation, environment, or connection was meant to, it doesn't feel like relief when it happens, but it was relief. It's like it had to be removed or deconstructed from your life, okay? Because I think you would have held on to it forever. So it's like it had to go. It had to go. Tell me about the Nine of Wands. I know you're feeling wounded right now and you're like, this doesn't feel like relief. Right? Relief should feel like a vacation. This is not a vacation. This is a complete implosion of some aspect of my life. But again, I think you would have Four of Pentacles hung on to it, which probably it would have caused more damage for you in the long run. One more shuffle. Thank you. So it is relief. I would see the Tower as an act of mercy from the universe as opposed to something destructive that came in. Eight of Cups. It's forcing you to move on from something or someone. Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, bottom of the deck, Justice. It's forcing you to move on from a situation, environment, or a connection that was affecting you, that was unhealthy. It was probably affecting your health. I'm not in the state of New Jersey. I can't legally give health readings. So I'm going to give a message. You do what you want. I suggest that you speak to your doctor, but some of you need to get a checkup. Okay, you haven't had a checkup in a while. I think you endured a lot of stress here. Maybe something cardio, not trying to scare anyone. I'm not that kind of tarot reader. But if you've never been to a cardiologist or you haven't had a checkup in 5 years, maybe just want to go have a quick little checkup, okay? Because I just think that you dealt with so much stress or tension with whomever this was. I think that it affected your health. And you might have issues sleeping now. You're not eating right. Maybe you gained some weight. Maybe you lost, too much weight. Something like that. I think it affected your health. Again, I'm not a doctor. Check with your doctor. But the Tower had to come in to provide you with relief from something that you were holding on to that no longer served your highest good. This is forcing you now into an era of abundance and happiness, possibly relocation, some new community, new partnerships here. Okay, it's the situation you were in was not... I feel like you had karmic debt in that Justice card with this person, and it's like your debt has been paid now with this person. That's why they had to leave your life, or you have to move on from them. It was the universe saying, okay, it's you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here anymore, type of thing. I don't know if you've ever been in a bar at closing time, but that's what they say to a few of the bars that I've stayed at. Back in the day, not at 52, but back in the day, was you can't, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I think that's what happened here. I think it was an act of relief, an act of mercy. Tell me about the Tower. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Tower is clarified by the Knight of Wands. It came in fast. Queen of Swords and a Nine of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. So it came in fast. I think you've been trying to parse the data trying to figure out what, it's like a whirlwind, right? It's like when a hurricane meets a tornado. So yeah, I was saying about restless nights, not being able to sleep. There's something like that here happening out, because for me, queens exist in the present, they process the past. Kings take action. And I have you here in queen energy. So something that you really invested yourself into is leaving your life or has left your life. And I think you're still trying to process how it all happened, why it all happened. Another thing with that Three of Cups was, if this is like a partnership connection, it was the Three of Cups. It wasn't the Ten of Cups. And it's like the universe was like, no, Pisces needs to be in the Ten of Cups, or deserves the opportunity to be in the Ten of Cups. So whatever this was, it was never going to get to the 10. It was going to stay at the 3. Whether that means third party, whether that means little emotional support, or the job that they like you, but you never really get the promotion or raises. So there's something like that. Like, it was the 3 of Cups, but it wasn't the 10. So it had to go, because you would have hung on to the 3, thinking, well, this is as good as it gets. And the universe is like, no, this is not as good as it gets. It's as good as this gets. That's why we're going to push you now towards 10 of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 4 of Pentacles, clarified by Queen of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. You would have held on to that forever. So the new opportunity could not come in until you let go, or the new start. Competition, stress. Might want to get a stress test. I know I can't do health readings. I'm not, disclaimer, not doing a health reading. I'm channeling a message. I'm not doing a health reading. Tell me more about the relief that is coming in, okay? Did you see how quickly they fell over? 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. Wouldn't you rather be in the 10 of Pentacles? I would rather be in the 10 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, yes. Something new, someone new now is coming in. It's like a gift, something that is more fair, more balanced, so a job that pays you better, a relationship that is reciprocal, a relationship you don't have to beg for attention. This is being brought in by Archangel Michael. 9 of Cups, there's your happiness. So make a wish, Pisces. What you want is coming in. It's just not here anymore. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that. It's not here anymore. This had to go so something new can come in. It's like, it's going to sound so weird and corny, like a gift from the gods, even though you're not seeing it right now. Anything else about this gift that's coming in? This offer, this opportunity? One more shuffle. Thank you. Anything else? King of Wands, 9 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. Past life soulmate coming in for you, my friend. 5 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the 3 of Cups. You would have settled. I want to get you timing. You would have settled for something that was never, it would have always been the 5 of Pentacles, the job that didn't pay you enough, the relationship that wasn't, you know, this person wasn't serious, or they weren't exclusive, or they were a commitment phobe, or they didn't know how to shower you with, you know, the love or adoration, admiration or respect. So whoever this was to you, friend, family member, lover, situation, environment, or connection, it was keeping you in the 3 of Cups to the 5 of Pentacles, which is not, and I think that's, Source wants you to see that. So use this time to see that. Maybe you think it was good, but it wasn't great, and you deserved great. So there was something here trying to get you on path to the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups is right here. We have the 9 Cups, and we have this person giving this individual, you, an Ace of Cups. So there's a King of Wands coming in. They don't have to be masculine, and they don't have to be a fire sign, but kings take action. So this person now is able to provide you with a better job, a better living situation, okay, a better environment. There could be the next love partner for those of you. Again, I don't read body parts, but this person is now on your path, okay? So that had to go. That had to go for the new to come in. Can we get timing? When does the new come in? When does the new come in? Can we get timing? When does the new come in? Okay. Within the next 3 months. Allow the process. It's not too late to make changes. So those of you, if by chance you're clinging to that tower, I feel like you should let go, because another tower is going to hit. So it's not too late to make changes, okay? You don't have to hold on to a tower that's falling. But allow the process. Within the next 3 months, you have this new person comes in. Within the next 3 months, within the next 6 months, and then we have July, okay? So we're talking soon, like quick. So I would call this person in now, whatever you need them to be, whomever, whatever you need them to be. Anything else we need to know about this? So I would allow that to close out or begin to heal from that. This is mercy. Anything else on this? One more shuffle. Thank you. Anything else on this? Four of Swords. Take this time to heal. Page of Cups. A new offer opportunity is coming in. It's only a matter of time. Now it will be just. It's like, I don't know. I feel like you had old karmic debris, old karmic debt or something like that to clean up with this person. Now you have a new soulmate on path. Professional, platonic, or romantic. You call this person in however you need them to be. Within the next 3 months. For some of you by July. Or in the month of July. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Let's get you 2 sets. Yeah. How about we do that? We'll get you 3 cards of advice, what to do between now and then what to do when this person actually does enter your life. Just saw the Star card, so maybe continue healing, focus on your healing. 3 cards of advice for what Pisces can do in the interim. Sorry, the mic it's a lot heavier than you think it is. It keeps pulling the shirt down. Sorry. Starting to see my armpit. That was rude. I'm sorry. 3 cards of advice for what Pisces can do in the interim. One more shuffle. Thank you. FD, I don't know. Is the person leaving? I heard like fire department, firemen. Maybe they're a fireman. Maybe this person's a fireman. Maybe they're like, they work in insurance. Like fire, casualty, that kind of insurance stuff. I don't know. Only take that if it resonates. Your advice between now and then. 2 of Pentacles, the way you use your time. The World card while you wait for that ending. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Swords. Don't fight this. Don't fight the ending. Don't be bitter about the ending. Don't bother fighting with this situation, environment, or connection. And there's something here like not to like, you know, when you get so wounded and you want to like write the record, you want to like, that person deserves what they did to me. There's like, I don't know, like a feeling of vengeance. Like don't waste your time doing that. This person's going to get their karma. Let me get some cards for you on that. But I feel there's a better use of your time between now and the ending. And a better use of your time is like not to fight with this person. Instead, create your plan forward. Step into Empress energy. Oof. 10 of Pentacles. That's exactly what you're moving towards. So there's a better use of your time instead of like wishing them bad or, you know, again, envy, jealousy, revenge, being resentful. I would let that go. This person's getting their own karma. What does that mean? One more shuffle. Thank you. Getting their own karma. The World card. When this is over, 3 of Wands and the Death card. 5 of Cups. This person gets their own karma for what they did to you while they're moving forward. What is that? One more shuffle. I'm not this kind of reader. Page of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Hangman. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Cups. The next connection they enter, and it doesn't have to be tit for tat. So what do I mean by that? This is a boss who screwed you over. Let's say single guy. I'm just an example I'm being given, okay? You worked for this guy. He was a single guy. He screwed you over. Maybe he fired you. You didn't get your severance check. You know, they didn't pay you for unpaid vacation days or whatever. You're going to find the next job within the next 3 months. It doesn't mean you have to wait the whole 3 months. It could be within the next couple of weeks, okay? You find the next job. You get to move on. This person, they fall in love a year from now. That person leaves them. It's not tit for tat. They don't lose the job or the income like you did. They just feel it in a different way. This is the romantic partner that whatever this has ended, maybe they cheated on you. That 3 of Cups card showed itself twice. Maybe there was triangulation. They end up leaving you. A year from now, they get a job. For me, the World card is like a year or like a 4-year cycle. So it's like within the next 4 years, like whenever, like let's say they get a new job, they lose their job. So it doesn't impact them exactly how it impacted you, but they feel what they did to you. So whether it was emotional or financial, they're going to feel that. It just might not show up the same way, but they will be affected either emotionally or financially. This person, you cleared out karmic debt with them. They created new karma for themselves. And now they're going to pay up for that, okay? Oof. Okay, 3 cards of advice for the new person coming in, the new soulmate coming in now. So I wouldn't worry about vengeance, envy, jealousy. Just focus on this, the new plan, the new path. Allow the process. Let the universe take care of them. Well, I know I don't do readings like that, but I did it for Virgo like 3 months ago. I was like, ooh, did not see that coming. So I would just let that play out. Something that they move towards doesn't work out for them. A new job, a new relationship, something like that. And in that hangman energy, that's the moment that they understand that they are experiencing what they did to you. That's when they connect the dots, okay? 3 cards of advice about the new person. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice on the new person. Queen of Pentacles, which is how you came up originally. Strength card. And the 3 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Swords. Use this time to heal. Maybe learn something new. Expand your horizon. But there's something here in the next 3 months, and we've got Leo here. So there's something like make good use of your time, taking care of yourself, pets, plants, people in your life. Maybe even learn something new. Second decan in Aries, learn something new. Like expand your mind and prepare. Prepare for the new. What does that mean? Prepare for the new. 4 of Swords is the 3rd decan of Libra. Prepare for the new connection. Libra is the house of partnerships, commitments, marriage, contracts, whether they're professional, platonic, or romantic. What does preparing for the new mean? Prepare for the new. One more shuffle. Thank you. Prepare for the new. 9 of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the 7 of Swords. Prepare for the new. There's something here about preparing for the new. There's also something here about healing from that past trauma. I don't know what this person did to you. But and it's just advice. You might carry the emotional baggage of what this person did to you into the new job, into the next friendship, you know what I mean? Into the next romantic partnership. So I think it's important for you to heal. The Queen of Pentacles is a very nurturing queen for self. Same with the 9 of Pentacles. So I would use this time between now and when the new person comes in to really like heal myself, make myself happy, nurture myself, and release all of those resentments. I would not carry what this person did with you into the next connection, because you might sabotage the next connection. You accuse the next boss or friend or lover of doing what this person did. Tell me more about that. One more shuffle. Thank you. Yeah, 5 of Wands, 9 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. That's that bag. I hate to say baggage, but you know what I mean. That's what you're holding on here. That 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, everything that you've been, worried about. There's something here about really taking this time to really heal. Process what happened, heal. If you need therapy, no shame in that game. But if you want to do self-help stuff online, I would. I just feel like the new connection coming in is really good. And you don't want to sabotage it by accusing this person of doing what the past person or past people did to you. That is what I have for you. Yeah, I would expect this cycle to close out and someone new to come in. And I wouldn't worry about retribution or anything like that against this person. The next soulmate on their path, 3 of Swords, they're going to feel what they did to you, Pisces. I'm not that kind of reader. I just got to tell you what's there. So just focus on you for now and your healing, and welcome this in. Call this in. We have a new moon in Gemini, so I would call in. If you go to my website, thetimelinetarot.com, click on tools. It takes you to a little page, spiritual toolbox, I call it. There's a new moon ritual. I would do the new moon ritual, call this person in the new moon in Gemini. That's communication. So you ask the universe to bring in communication from this person. That is what I have for you at this time. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, good luck with this, and have some patience and grace with yourself. As always, Pisces, I am sending you light, love, and peace.